Yes, sir. And welcome back to another video. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, not for real though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the love on the videos and all of that. We gonna go on throw on the goats. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. If you would like a chance to be featured in the video, man, saying drop a comment down below. It can be really anything. You know what I'm saying? We make these type of videos consistently. You know what I'm saying? Come chill with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Get with the vibes. Boom. All right. So I finally got a good topic. Honestly, that's why I ain't pushed out a video. I want y'all to know that when I push out a video, it is genuinely because I had something like to talk about, or like, you know what I'm saying, like how with the giveaways, like updates, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I don't want to just be out here dropping videos just to be dropping them for the sake without really putting any thought into them or like adding anything of like real value, you know what I'm saying? So I was on Twitter, right? And my boy Level 8 really said something that I feel like a lot of like content creators struggle with, and I feel like even when you talk about like the things that like even when you try to give advice based on the things that he says or asks, a lot of this really can be applied to a lot of different situations. So here's the thing that my boy said. Given the pressures of content creation, such as constantly needing to be entertaining, informative, or competitive, how do you find time to play games just for the sake of enjoyment? Is it possible to separate work from pleasure in your gaming life? Or as a content creator, do you miss those simple gaming days focused on just having fun? And that really got me just thinking. It really comes down to a point of, do you ever become so responsible, or is there anything that you ever really become so enveloped in that it causes you to not enjoy life anymore? Like, you feel me? Like, there always has to be a balance when pursuing like endeavors in life. Like, even like the greatest of NBA players will tell you, yeah, there has to be an insatiable drive. You gotta want it, but at the end of the day, balance comes. It's like it's all for nothing if you can't keep yourself together. If you buckle under the pressures of the standards that you set for yourself, then that isn't helping anybody. Like for me, example, what I do, I play what I like. I play what I like. I even play arena for fun. There are certain games I just don't record, which is why you'll hear me talk about certain games I had where I just play to just play. Like like it's not something that you have to sit there and say, "Oh, well, if I'm not recording, if I'm not 24." That's how you'll grow out of love with gaming and content creation, because you make it something that you have to do, not something that you want to do. You just got to sit there and think about how you would do any other hobby or any other thing for real. Like, you go to work from 7 to 3, right? Boom. Or 3 to 11 or whatever, whatever your work schedule is. You don't go to work 24/7, and you don't work 7 days a week. It's like the same principle for anything that you want to do. Like, if you want to learn coding, or you want to be an athlete, or you want to go to the gym, or you know what I'm saying, or you want to be more knowledgeable about a certain task, you don't just have to sit there and thrust your entire life away. You have to have healthy scheduling, healthy amounts of time. Like, even if you want to get good on the game, like, you don't need to play 8, 10, 12 hours a day. If you put in the meaningful amount of time, like whenever you're doing whatever it is that you want to improve at or accomplish, you have to make the time meaningful. You know what I'm saying? You don't get there, like, you know what I'm saying, if you go to the gym, you want to get good at basketball, you're not just going to sit there and just, you know what I'm saying, mess around doing dribble moves. If your entire goal is to get better at basketball as an entirety, you're going to, you know what I'm saying, do your dribble drills. You might play some one-on-ones. You might, you know what I'm saying, work on your cardio, your fitness, stamina, all of these different things, and you'll do it in the allotted time. Like, my thing for anybody that wants to do content, like, and you just starting off and you not really sure where to start or anything, just take 2 hours a day, record, and that's it. Record, you know what I'm saying, those little few matches or whatever it is, and just like kind of be variety until you figure out what it is that you want to commit to. And then when you find the games that you like, oh, okay, I can do this, I can do this, then just, you know what I'm saying, prioritize playing that game a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself on a schedule. But then there's also going to be the part that comes with commitment. You put yourself on this schedule, and if this is something that you really want to do, then you are going to make sure that you stick to that schedule. Like I understand everybody has like these different things in life they got to get in. You might have school, kids, you know what I'm saying, 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying, you might have family you got to take care of, or family businesses, or anything that you might have going on that you know just takes away time, right? You still gotta just sit there and just be like, don't forsake yourself. Just do what works for you. There's no point in being uncomfortable. And let me tell you something, YouTube ain't going nowhere. It's not this like sacred thing, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You record, you put effort and you put thought into what you want to put on YouTube, and that's it, man. You hit upload. And I know people get you caught up in statistics and numbers and all of those crazy things, bro. But until you're at the point in content creation where these things are even really beneficial to you, man, just have fun with it. And that goes for anything in life, man. Like once if you want to take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? But don't take it so seriously to the point that you end up about to kill yourself. Like, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't worth it. Like, don't forsake your happiness and your enjoyment of something. Don't try to commit to something so hard that you no longer enjoy it. It's just purposeless. And then at the end of it, you're actually going to feel a little bit more played than anything. You feel me? That is how I look at it. Somebody else might have a different outlook on that, but to me, I feel like everything in life is just a balance, man. Just like work-life balance, work-life balance, fun life balance, you know what I'm saying? Friend life balance to family life balance. Like, you gotta sit here and like, at the end of the day, the core thing is always gonna be balance in anything that you're trying to pursue. Like, it's just a balance. Like, it's honestly one of those things that it's so simple. Like, it seems like even the way that I feel like I'm stating out, it seems like a very simple thing, right? It seems so very simple. Like, oh yeah, just find the balance. Like, man, no, like, honestly, it's something that it's not hard. It just takes commitment, and it takes what is the word? The word I'm looking for, I guess, is like honesty. You have to be honest with yourself about the things that are going on, like the things that you need to be balanced. Like, be honest with yourself about your responsibilities. What are all the things that you got to handle? Set them out in like a list of priority. What's the most important thing? Like, if you know you're an adult and you got to pay bills, but you want to do YouTube on the side, all right, you're going to make sure that you clock in, you get your 40 hours, or you get whatever amount to get your bills and stuff in order. You know what I'm saying? Boom. The little time that you got set aside, if you don't, let's say you don't have kids or you got school or whatever, you got your little school or something. All right, you take your little 6 hours out of 6, 7, like extra hours, or like 4 or 5 extra hours, whatever. You might have to split that up. You make sure you handle your school stuff, and whatever is left with those hours, you put it in the game and in content creation, and then boom, you start it over. Like, of course, with anything in life that you want to do, there are going to have to be sacrifices. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just, like, tell you that it's going to be all roses and it's going to be just straight, easy pickings and stuff. Like, nah, it's going to be nights of hardship. It's going to be nights of frustration and sacrifice while you on your path of trying to get where you want to be in life. You feel me? Like, that's just how it is. Like, man, like, but nothing that you're ever going to get out of life that's worth it is going to be easy. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. Like, if it came to you easy, it's either A, just not worth it, or B, you probably took some shortcuts. And like I said, shortcuts are one of the things that I have a opinion that they pay off when they pay off, but when they don't pay off, they cost more. You feel me? I feel like the best thing to achieve anything is just through solid work ethic, man. You lock in, you do what you gotta do, man. You get your mind straight, you get your mentality right. You know what I'm saying? You look at what you gotta do. You set your eyes on goal, and then you go forth and you conquer. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that iron will. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you got that. That's just, you feel me? Like it's really like I don't know. Cause the way that I feel that a lot of people cause his question just kind of got me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it just kind of got me thinking, like, dang, like, cause there was a point, right, for me where once I started, like, when I first started doing YouTube, like, when I was streaming and stuff, I don't stream it, but when I started streaming and I was just like streaming 8-10 hours a day, I got caught in that cycle of I wouldn't play games to have fun. I would play games for content, and if I wasn't streaming, then I wouldn't play the game at all. So it just became one of those things where like, yeah, I gamed, but I felt really disconnected from game. Like, there was like, I would only play ranked. I wouldn't play publics. Like, I really wouldn't play with. I didn't play any other game besides the game that I was streaming, which at that point was pretty much like Apex and stuff. Like, and it just, I felt like I prioritized so much that I became bogged down. And then when things kind of started going bad, I pushed myself so much to not enjoy gaming and to look at it as something that I had to do, that when things really started going bad in my life at that point in time, I didn't have my happy place. Like, for me, gaming has always been like my happy place. It's something I can do that is just like, it's not real. Like, you feel me? It's something I can just sit there, I can enjoy, I can get immersed in, I can get lost in and engaged in for hours and hours. And I don't have to focus on the everyday problems, the everyday aches and pains, you know what I'm saying? The heartaches, the stress and all of those things. Like, just for a moment, like, you feel me? Even if it's only sitting down for like an hour or 2 hours, like, it's just for those moments when I sit there and I lock in and I load up some arenas, or I load up some high energy, or I load up some Call of Duty, or I load up some Apex on the console, or let's say I'm on the PC and I load up some Dark and Dark, or I load up some Tarkov, or I might shoot around and load up some Valorant and just poke heads. It's just the silence that comes with, it's just like quieting the storm. You feel me? And I feel like everybody has to have that, this quiets my storm type deal. Like, when I have the storm, and that's what I like to describe the less than stellar points in my life, when everything seems chaotic and out of touch. Like, it's my storm, and you have to have that thing where you can find peace in the storm, where it can just quiet the storm and clear the air for you. You feel me? And I feel like when you're pursuing something in life that is greatly tied to your pleasure or your safe space in life, you have to prioritize finding the balance so you don't destroy that initial connection you had with it. Like, for me, gaming is just something, like, as a kid, like, my brothers put me on the gaming. Like, I don't know. I just remember my first brother gave me a Nintendo, and it was GoldenEye and Smash Bros. I remember my boy Tay put me on to Call of Duty online multiplayer, and I've been playing FPS ever since. Like, so for me, gaming is not only just like a hobby, it's really an integral part of, like, my childhood, my teenage years, and even right now as my adult life. Gaming has just been a very big part of my life. So when I see people wanting to, like, also venture into content creation, something I've always been interested in, and I see them struggle, I want to just find ways to articulate advice to them and help for them to just understand, like, yo, it's not a war. You feel me? Like, YouTube, like, people make it seem complicated, but again, man, you got to think about it. Humans operate in vanity. Of course, we're going to try to add that little bit of extra appeal. Like, YouTube in itself is not hard. It's hard to stay dedicated to it when you don't see initial results. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be expecting initial results from anything that you do. If you're not prepared to go in 1, 2, 3, 4 years without results, then it's not something that you really wanted. Think about it like this. The average business, any business, won't see profit for at least 2 to 5 years after starting. So if you really want to get into content creation, you really want to make money from it, or you really want to make that something that is like more than just a hobby, be prepared to grind for at least 2 to 3 to 4 years, maybe more. There's plenty of stories out there. There's plenty of people that you go out there. They grinded. They've been grinding, but eventually it paid off. So that, I guess that's the thing that I'd say. Like, the best thing is to sit there and find your balance and make sure that you don't overpressure yourself. There's no point in breaking yourself down over it. Like, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. You feel me? Like, it is what it's gonna be. You feel me? Like, just make sure you give it your best shot. Find your work-life balance and make sure that you do it in a way that it's still enjoyable for you. And that just goes for anything. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's all good to be business and everything like that, but we're humans. We're not all business. As much as people like to sell this, like, this image that we just all business, all about the money. No, we're a combination of things. We're a combination of emotions and responsibilities and small pleasures and small victories and happiness and sadness, and we're just this big melting pot of experiences. That's what we are as human beings. And anything that tries to shortcut that or tries to ignore vital parts of that is just not going to be conducive to you in the end. As a human, it's up to you to just come to terms with what makes you you, the things that you gotta handle, the things that you want for yourself, the things that displease you, and then learn how to navigate in such a way that you don't take away from other people. You feel me? Life is just that. It's what you make of it, man. You know what I'm saying? But we are almost out of time. And you know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace out. Never.